Okay, today we're going to work on making a little processor. So I want to make a superscalar out of order processor. Let's start by making a 2D file. 2D. Okay. Alright, so the first thing is we need to set our environment. Right. We need to get simulate it and running well. Cool. So we have two options here. We can do auto or I have both of these set up on my computer right now, so I could do either of them. It's good, but I should probably end up doing something else, you know what I mean? So let's just start with later, I guess. Make file, let's call it spoof. Okay. Not a little terminal. Okay, so variator binary, and then we pass in our source files. I know that there are smarter ways to do this, but I just I'm not sure if I'm. This is my first time ever using variator. I installed it a couple of days ago, so we're gonna learn as we go. Have the reference manual Zotero. I use a slow girl. So I have the reference manual here. Should probably also pop open the. Let's go ahead. Hide those. Interesting. Sorry, I got a little bit lost over a second. Should also open up this is the Verilog manual. Okay. Okay. Put it back. So I run okay, that should be fine. So let's just start with a test. Wait, and then we're just going to run variable for dash dash binary J0 options. I think you pass in your C++ options. So we're going to pass in wall, and then we are going to pass in files. So let's put this in test slash system slash relator. Right? Yeah. We should probably actually here it's going to be our Steam file. Okay. Okay, and then let's just put the test relator hello world test. So we're already inside the test. So we just need system relator. Okay, so then let's run just relator. Solves a phony. Right, let's make it be called test for and then let's go test. Here. System tests. Okay. Right. I mean, you can make things, but like, who cares, bro? Who even cares? How do you see the output? Where do you set the output directory? Parse arguments from a file, relatively parse arguments from a file. Name of the final executable. Um, Further writes the thesis of code that ender option specified in dash dash directory or defaults to obsture. Okay. So, huh. There it is. Okay, name of the object directory. Yo. Good. Kevin Turtle. Wow. I think that's my first chat of all time. So we're going to be building inside of Aerolator. We want to set our dash enter to be the object directory. Can you call make files with arguments? Variables equal to value. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's just set that be equal to by default dot dash slash opt. Right. Okay. So what does this mean? That means we're all good there. Don't know how you make it relative to the path. Ooh. use the -c directory. Interesting. Okay. So let's open up makefile. Top one plus parameter. So file make -c tests. And then that's the subdirectory, and then we want to call test later. Okay. Now we just gotta make that file system variator create hello world system verilog. Okay. Special state go verilog 0. Okay. Module hello world. Does not need those. We don't need that either. There we go. Okay, and then let's just make it be initial begin end display world. Okay, so now if we run make test variator. Okay, signal not used. Okay, let's just go with this. Bang. So are we assuming that this got built then? Okay. So then if we run object directory, the hello world, simulator later, it says hello world. Okay. So how to get Verilator to just run? Oh, how different is System Verilog and Verilog? I've only ever used the older one. They're pretty different. System Verilog has a whole bunch of testing materials instead of that. That is the wrong file. A whole bunch of framework for running tests. So, and like, Verilog is a hardware description language, and System Verilog is a, System Verilog is designed for doing validation and testing as well. Which is what I'm trying to learn, because the last time I wrote a CPU, it just worked out of raw logic, but I want to make something at a like higher, more complicated level. So I need to learn these systems. Where is the thesis of System Verilog? Higher level architectural modeling. C stuff. All this stuff, basically. Somehow. I'm particularly interested in the like better test benching systems that exist. Like, let me try to My phone. Duolos assertions. Let's just hide that. Okay, let's get back to work. So, without that running, let's back up actually. How do you just make it run? Time debug, no std, no threads, timing. I'm planning on doing Risk 5. Just because it's open source. I implemented a I think 5-stage pipeline to Risk-V processor like a year and a half ago, which was pretty fun. And this time my plan is to do an out-of-order superscalar processor, because that is going to be something new for me again, and I feel like that would be a good thing. I also want to this time do the full processor design so that I can like have trap instructions like fully working, and like how to explain this better. I want to be able to get it to run Linux. Is really like the end goal of the project. I tried 6 months ago to write a superscalar out of order processor in Verilog, and it just was too much, and I needed to really like lock in and work on it, but I didn't really have the time to do that. So now I want to just go through, do everything right, and just have some fun doing it. So I've been doing like some reading for the last couple of months on really like how to make this cleanly, and I don't know. The goal is to do something enjoyable. What's your experience with Verilog JLeo 8532? You're a computer engineering student, electrical engineering, just for the fun of the game. Yeah. Me too. Currently in my master's program, I did my undergrad in computer engineering, and I did like a bunch of stuff, and now my master's in CS, and I'm trying to just like still enjoy the more fun computing stuff. Made an 8 and 16-bit CPU. Oh, that's so chill. based on ARM. So it was like still a RISC, but not RISC-V. I actually don't know that much about ARM. I wrote a compiler that lowered to ARM for a class back in the day, but I don't actually really know how the ARM CPU works differently than RISC-V. If you know, I'd love to find out. Plus parameter plus quiet. How do you do this? Okay. Oh. Hello. Dang. Okay. Awesome. So. Make test player later for previous buffer kill buffer make file 2 test system player later hello world player later. So this is going to build the program, and then we're going to follow that with a object directory. Yeah, I think that should work. And then maybe error if it doesn't find hello world. Okay. Okay. So let's do grep or hello world, and then otherwise let us echo fail. Make file how to get name of current test. That's fail. And then we just gotta exit with 1. All right. $sign, that's what it's called. Okay, fail. Yes. Okay, so now if we run this again. Hello world. Okay, cool. And then if we change system earlier hello world to be goodbye. Run it again. Fail. Cool. Cool. So let's start loading some more stuff. And then let's also into the file.